I had a very successful event in Singapore. I was there for 10 days. A lot of you showed your affection on me wherever I went, whether it was the streets of Singapore, whether it was at the restaurants, the malls, and more particularly at the events. I wish to thank all of you from the bottom of my heart. My team felt that I had never done a full fledged event in Abu Dhabi, and they wanted me to do so because we have a lot of friends there. So the next event would be in Abu Dhabi on the 5th of October. Those desirous of participating in that event, drop a message at the WhatsApp number given below or send a mail at the email given. My team will get in touch with you.
Hey guys, welcome back to Be Rich. Before we get into the video, I wanted to bring to your notice that my uncles Vinod Srinivasan, Anand Srinivasan and I have rolled out our Substack, which is basically a blog/newsletter where we're going to post our original research onto it, and we've analyzed macroeconomic trends. And a lot of you know my uncle Anand Srinivasan and I regularly write for The Hindu, and these articles are also going to be made available for you in the Substack. The link is moatinvesting.substack.com. You'll find it in the description and in the video right now. We hope you go check it out. We've put a lot of time and effort into it. And please give us comments and feedback on what you read. Thank you.
Hi everyone, welcome back to Be Rich. Yes, it's me, Vinod. I have not managed to get Shashwat or Anand in, but since I have your attention, I thought I'd share some information as some kind of basic information that every investor should know. And a lot of you are beginner investors who keep listening to me, so I thought I'd give out this as a piece of advice to new investors, especially who are excited entering the market. Because there's lots of these news about dividend bonus and rights issues and buybacks, like Vedanta, National Plastic Technologies. I mean, there are lots of companies doing bonuses, rights issues, and dividends. And I thought it is important to talk about something known as record date or X date. A lot of us, when we hear a news about a bonus or a split or a dividend, we tend to get excited and we think we should immediately go and buy the share because we're entitled to some extra thing that's coming from, like even Dr. Reddy's, the split which is happening. But there's a concept known as record date and allotment date. And it's important as an investor to pay attention to this, especially when you're new investors, that we should really see this information with granular detail and not just look at it in passing. Because the reason is, you may think you're getting something and you would have realized you bought a ticket to a train that's already left the platform. This happens. You know, the systems are such that by the time you buy the ticket at the counter and you run to the platform, the train may have already left. In certain countries and situations, they may allow you to board the next train. But in India, usually you'll have to go buy the next ticket for the next train. This is very true when it comes to the record date, when it comes to bonuses, splits, and rights issue, and even dividend. So how does this work? The company board sits together, right? And they propose an idea. And that idea is then voted to the investors. Then people who are shareholders get to vote if a bonus or a split or a rights issue can be done. And usually it gets passed by investors because most of the time the owner in India is the largest shareholder and he wants to do it. So that investor voting, though it's mandatory, it's pretty much like a given once it's been announced. Like even in the case of Reliance, when bonus has been issued, board will approve it, and then once the board is approved and voted, it goes through the regulatory processes of, SEBI and the NSE, everyone approving it and agreeing for it. Then they send out something known as the record date. Record date is a very important date when it comes to this. So those of you who are excited about buying into the Reliance bonus, please pay attention to this. If the record date is not announced, like in the case of IDFC, you will have to wait. Like a lot of you are wondering, why is IDFC taking so long? Well, there's so much of regulatory process involved in it. It is just not, two people decide to get married and they're married. In companies, it doesn't work like that. There's far more details involved in it, especially when it comes to assets and how these assets are going to be merged and what happens. So anyway, that's digressing. So once the record date is approved, the company has all its mandatory things done. They announce a record date. And that date is a very important and vital date where you should pay attention to. Because people on that day, whomsoever has shares in the company, are eligible for whatever the record date has been set for. For instance, if the record date is set as today, being the 10th of September, whomsoever has their name in the company register as being shareholders or investors in the company, they are all eligible for whatever the record date is set for. This includes dividends. So some of you might have noticed that you are holding on to a share and you sold it off, and after a couple of months suddenly in your account there's a dividend which credited, and you're wondering, why am I getting a dividend when I already sold the company? Because that is something which a lot of people do, where they buy the company right before the record date of the dividend, and once the dividend has been declared, they sell the company off. And you'll see it in companies which pay out dividends on a high amount yearly. So you'll see towards the record date the price peaking, then X record date or X date, dividend date, the price will suddenly drop and then it will correct, because investors have taken the dividend into their account and they can sell it off. So this is what happens. On the record date, whomsoever has the name in the roster, they are the ones who are eligible. This is true in the case of bonuses too. So let's say the record date for a bonus share for Reliance is set as 10th September. You have the share in your name today and the record date is set in your name. Tomorrow, because of some emergency, family emergency or some situation, you sell off all your Reliance shares and you've encashed it. Great. But the bonus, still the record date was set as today, but the actual allotment date is 2 months away or a month away. On that date, suddenly in your account, suddenly these new bonus shares will be issued and they will hit your account. So that's how it works. Even in terms of share splits, this is true. In terms of rights issue, this is true. And as an investor, as a new investor, it is important that you pay in a lot of attention to this record date. Because if you are buying a certain share or you're doing a certain arbitrage, you want a certain dividend and you've been waiting for this moment, make sure you do your transaction before the record date, or you hold on to the share till the record date, that you decide to sell it or whatever, move or dilute your investment past the date, which is the record date. Then you still get to enjoy the benefits of whatever that was set. A lot of people fail to do this, and I do get a lot of comments and feedback from people saying, sir, my allotted shares did not come, or my dividend did not come. What happened? So I tell them, what was the record date? Did you have the share? And lo and behold, they would have happened to have sold it a day before or a few months before the record date, and then they're not eligible for this. So this is very important. It's a very fundamental thing. A lot of long-term investors like me and Anand and Shashwat don't really worry about these record dates, because we generally tend not to sell whatever investment we make. We hold it for the long term. And if you buy something and you decide to hold it for 5-10 years, then these dates really don't have to be something which you have to really pour and keep an eye on. But a lot of new investors who have just started investing, who see these news clips like, Reliance is giving bonus issue, or Vedanta is declaring dividend, whatever the reason is, they think, okay, there is something great which I want to participate in, but they don't pay attention to this record date and they miss this. So this is something important which you should keep an eye on and you should pay information to. So anyway, thanks for watching this video. I hope you found it informative and entertaining. If you do have questions regarding basic investments like this, or investing ideas which you want clarified, please do put it in the comments below. My team and me will do look at them and we will try and get them answered to you sooner than later. Thanks for watching the video again today, guys, and I'll see you in the next one soon. Bye.
It's a great privilege and honor that so many of you in thousands have subscribed to my channel and have supported me. I have written 2 books in English, The Alchemy of Money and Ordinary Stocks, Extraordinary Profits. These books are published by us and are ready. If you want to procure a copy, send us a message to the WhatsApp number given below and my team would respond to you. If you want an Amazon Kindle copy, you can click the link below. Finally, those who wish to consult with me can send a mail to berichenglish@gmail.com. Once again, I thank you for your support. If you like this video, press the subscribe button of my channel, hit the like button and turn on the bell notification.